back to the Unscripted Podcast.
We're back. We're here. We're live.
Sad Lions lost last week, but we're here still.
Treacherous.
We're here.
It's been brutal here in the state of Michigan.
Freezing.
Yeah. Currently, they said it was going to get down to -6 tonight. Currently, it feels like -12 outside, with it being like 4 degrees or something like that.
My car said -6 this morning.
Yeah, dude, that's 5 a.m.
That was before your time. man.
That's 5 a.m., bro.
It was cold, bro. It, like you said, cars are freezing, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Let's jump into our sports talk first. You know, we got playoffs inch and downs closing out.
I don't care about it anymore. I don't. I really don't. I hope Buffalo Bills win it all.
Yep.
If it's not us, it's them.
I'm a little upset that the Ravens lost to Buffalo, but
I'm not.
I didn't want Buffalo to win after we lost.
That game was so bad.
Which one? Ours?
Both. The Ravens and Bills game.
The Ravens and Bills game was sick.
It wasn't fair though. It's never fair when you have to go to Buffalo with the snow.
Well, it's not even about that. I think it just comes down to Mark Andrews, because Mark Andrews is right now being the humiliation of the Ravens, because he's known for doing that exact same play that he did for the 2-point conversion and missing it. He's known for that. They hit this.
Why would they throw it to him?
It's a good question. It's the same kind of question that people said. It's as if, why would you throw it? You know, when the I forgot who it was, but it's when the Seahawks were at the 4th and 1 for the Super Bowl, and instead of handing it off to Marshawn Lynch, they throw it out to the outside and it gets intercepted. You know, I'll never forget that for the rest of my life, and it's kind of the same thing here. You have fucking Derrick Henry. Open up the fucking A gap and let him through. That's it. And
they say John Harbaugh is a good coach. He's not one of my favorites, but he's one of the best coaches.
He's a
in
good
the
coach
NFL.
for sure.
Yes, I agree.
He's better than his brother.
I agree to disagree.
He's better than Jim.
I agree. But I think we got to give Jim a couple of years in the NFL. John has had a Baltimore Ravens team for 13 years and has won one Super Bowl and has been to how many playoff games?
No, but think about it. There's coaches who've coached for 12 years through 3-4 different teams.
I get it. But they're not as good as the Ravens. The Ravens are always in the top talk.
No, of
every
course.
single
Of
year.
course. They put up that work for sure.
They put up that work. They got Lamar Jackson. He's not winning MVP now because he's out of the picture. Who do you think wins?
Josh Allen.
You think so?
Yeah.
He got the iced out chain already.
Or
MVP.
if Commanders actually do manage to pull it off, Jaden Daniels will.
I hope they don't.
You know, I hope so too.
We lost to a rookie, man.
But they're hot right now.
They're hot, yeah.
They're hot.
They're going to play Philadelphia.
Yeah. They wouldn't play
It's
Kansas.
Kansas City it's Kansas City Buffalo, and then we have Philadelphia and Commanders in, and the Rams are still in. There's got to be another team.
No, Rams are not in. Rams lost to the Eagles. That's what I'm saying.
Never mind. You're right. So it's Commanders versus Eagles.
Yeah, and then Chiefs versus Bills.
Correct.
And that sounds right. That makes sense. Fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah. But
I hope they lose so bad.
I hope so too. I think Josh Allen deserves it. He's lost by a hair length every time.
Every time he gets fucked out of it. Every time.
It's just because he never has the ball last. If you can get the ball last to Josh Allen, I guarantee they win that game.
It's locking it up for sure.
If they have to play the Eagles in the Super Bowl, I don't think so.
You don't think they got it?
I don't know. Saquon Barkley's pretty unstoppable. They've been hitting Devontae Smith a lot more than they do.
I look at them as the exact same two teams because neither of them fucking pass.
Exactly.
They all just run.
It's going to be who's a better running, who's got a better defense.
Yeah, mainly a defense.
Philly's got the better defense.
You think so?
The number one defense in the league right now.
Oh, you are right, yeah.
So
I don't know. It's
going to be a battle of who can run the ball more if it comes down to Philly and
especially
Buffalo.
with how they played with the Rams in the last quarter. You know, I don't know.
It's kind of like a wash. One's got James Cook, one's got Saquon Barkley. One's got Josh Allen, who runs the ball just as much as James Cook. One's got Jalen Hurts, who runs the ball just as much as Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
I think Philly's got the better wide receivers. They got A.J. Brown. They got Devontae Smith. Where Buffalo's the only person that comes to my mind is Khalil Shakir.
And then Dalton Kincaid.
Who put up like a couple TDs this year. I don't think Khalil Shakir put up any.
Yeah.
Which fucked like so many bets.
have?
And then Keon Coleman, which
Keon
is a
Coleman.
rookie still.
Mm-hmm.
He put up a couple TDs, but he's not the Stephon Diggs they were hoping to replace. So
No, and that's the thing. Even when Stephon Diggs was when he was with the team, he wasn't anything hot or special either. So
no, I don't know why everyone raves about him.
yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see on what happens with it. Let's get into our Lions talk. Disappointment of it all. Fucking what was it? 41 to
26.
Damn. Was it
Yeah.
2 touchdown game?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say the last 5 minutes, I mentally turned myself out. I wasn't even watching anymore. I didn't care anymore. After seeing how everyone was playing, I was like,
Just thinking about the last couple plays in my head right now.
I don't know. It's interesting because
Go ahead, sorry.
Goff fucking he does it at the worst times, and you know the
because he folds under pressure.
the defense does what it's supposed to. You know, they try to hold their own, have their stops, and that's where the offense has to come out and turn around and put up some points, whether it's a field goal, touchdown, something. We got to get points on the board. If we're going to keep getting these stops, they have to convert to points. As Dan Campbell said, there was no connection.
No, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to give you my take, all right?
Mm-hmm.
This will be like the first take like that show on ESPN.
Let's hear it.
So, first off, I'm going to start off with, I hear there's a Jared Goff documentary coming out in the next couple weeks. A lot of people are saying...
Where's he going to be on, do you know?
I don't know. I heard it on the radio this morning. Brad Galley was talking about it. He has an exclusive interview coming out with Jared Goff tomorrow at 7:30 about the whole season, everything, and he revealed that there's a documentary coming out that ESPN followed him around, or Camera Crew followed him around all year round. And they were saying he might have to move because apparently his house has showed an awful lot in this documentary, and Lions fans aren't happy. And Lions fans aren't happy with a couple different people right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know. Ben Johnson being one of them,
Phil
Aaron
Mateen.
Glenn being the next.
And why are we not happy with them, Eric?
So,
Breaking news.
I don't know if this is true or not, but
Well, I mean, one of them is.
supposedly, no, both of them are true. They both got head coaching jobs as of today.
Yep, Aaron Glenn is now in
New York Giants, or
Yep.
Jets.
Yep, and then Ben Johnson is with the Chicago Bears.
Correct. They were saying when they hired Ben Johnson that he's been putting together a staff for the last couple weeks already. So he wasn't focused on a fucking playoff football game.
That's what a lot of people are saying. That's the biggest thing is that our offensive coach, you know, went into this game without even thinking about this game because he knew no matter what that he's leaving. Right. You know, and he was
he
like,
didn't care.
No, it was like it's sooner than later.
And more the theory is Chicago Bears interviewed 17 different head coach or potential head coaches. They're saying he felt as if he didn't lose the game, they might have picked someone else as their head coach because the pressure was on them to pick a head coach. And if Ben Johnson's still dragged out to the end of February, he's not getting a head coaching job in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And then they were talking about on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, which I thought was an interesting take. You know, some of those crazy plays that they just don't fit Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, some of the out-of-pocket passing plays.
Yeah.
They were talking about what if Ben Johnson was just calling some of these plays, visualizing Caleb Williams doing it instead of Jared Goff. And that pissed me off even more because I could see it. Think about it. If you know you're going to the Chicago Bears, you're like, damn, I got Caleb Williams over there. Think about if we could have him running outside the right now.
He's a little faster, younger.
Boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh my God, man, this is all leading up to. This is pissing me off more. No,
because the thing is that what will really kind of prove it, I guess you could say, is when we do play them and see kind of the plays they come up with and how it goes down. I hope it's a clean rivalry and it doesn't turn.
It's smoke.
Yeah.
It's smoke.
I don't know how it's gonna be. Aaron Glenn kind of just got up and got out of here kind of quietly. I never knew he used to be a player for the New York Jets. So it's kind of cool to see him reconnect with his younger self. I guess.
I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah,
he's got a lot
to do.
That team is ran by a 17-year-old college student.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot to work on.
Aaron Rodgers.
I think he's about to retire. He's gonna be done.
Who knows?
Same thing. They're gonna get rid of Breece Hall. A lot needs to change there.
Needs to start up top.
Yeah. So with that being said, Eric, I want to get your final take from the one take. Who's leaving the Lions? Who's staying? Who are we picking up off free agent? Because as I sent you that list, I was really sad to see TP, Tim Patrick, man.
I don't think they'll let him go.
You don't think so?
No, their wide receiver room's pretty solid. Think about it. They got
I think
J-Mo,
he's cheap too.
They got Amon-Ra. They got Khalif Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Patrick, he's not horrible.
No, he's not.
He's not horrible. He's lengthy. He's big.
And they're
he's
just
good
hard to
for their
find.
slot passes.
Yeah, they just don't look for him much.
Yeah. I think he stays. The one I really don't want to see go is Melifonwu.
Or Alexander Zaloni.
Alexander Zaloni. They're going to re-sign him for sure.
Decker is on there.
Decker, I don't know. He didn't play too hot this whole last year. But he's like one of the original guards, like Dan Campbell
Skipper
said. He was there when the Lions were.
I think Zeckler was on there.
I don't mind him going.
I'm trying to think who else was on there. Everyone wants us to get rid of J-Mo. I think that's a terrible idea.
I don't think was he on that list. I think he's still got one more year.
Yeah, I think he's still got one more year, but people want him to. People want to use him as a prop for, like a trading prop for for a pick, for a better pick in the draft.
Did you see our picks this year?
No.
Our first pick is 28.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not horrible.
It's not bad.
32 NFL teams. It goes down by the ranks. That's what happens when you're good. You get one of the worst.
Chiefs haven't had a good pick in over 5 years.
Yeah, but excuse me. I don't know, man. I'm more worried about getting some of these rookies back on contract. Like you said, they don't have much cap space to work with, and that was a wide list of folks.
Well, I was say they had $69.5 million.
Yeah. And they got to re-sign Zadarius Smith this year if they want to keep him, because he was on a 1-year deal with Cleveland. But they need to throw the book and get Max Crosby over here.
Well, they're saying that's going to be too expensive for us to get Max Crosby.
$100 million.
We're going to have to get rid of Goff.
I don't mind that.
But,
a lot of people.
No, but then you have a bigger problem. You don't have a quarterback.
Teddy Bridgewater's a fucking great quarterback.
He's going to retire.
He retired last year. It didn't stop him.
No, but he didn't play. So what's the point?
I'm curious why he came back. I'm like the absolute reason why he came back.
There's definitely a reason.
Because you know what I noticed?
He was never even suited up there.
Something must not be going well with Hendon Hooker.
Why?
Because remember when they brought Teddy Bridgewater back a couple months ago now, they said he's not going to be replacing Hendon Hooker.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice who went in for Goff when Goff went down last week? And Hendon Hooker was not suited.
I told you that. I called that last week. I was like, imagine Bridgewater goes play. And you're like, no, that's how we know the game's over.
And then you know my other conspiracy theory?
Because apparently Goff got a concussion during that game.
Bridgewater, he coached his high school team to a football championship, right? We're losing all these coaches right now. Scotty Montgomery is the Lions quarterback coach. He's also heavily offensive coach if he's a quarterback coach. I think they move him into the role of offensive coordinator because he knows how the offense works. He knows how Goff functions.
Yeah.
They're going to move Teddy Bridgewater into the role as quarterback coach.
Yeah. And
then they'll fill in the blanks with defense. Like they shouldn't be letting all these people go to be offensive coordinators.
No, right. And obviously it doesn't make sense for all these people to come in and not be real players without a real purpose.
And that's what I'm saying. Dan Campbell's big on the player aspect. And I think Teddy Bridgewater, it's just a high school team, but if you can turn around a high school program like that and get into a championship in 1 year, you obviously know how to coach.
Absolutely.
And who else better than an actual NFL quarterback that was in the league, that played on the ground?
He was decent too.
And was decent in his time, yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely a decent player. Anything else you want to touch base on for sports before we hop out?
Maybe we could find an old clip of our predictions of this season.
Hopefully.
I know one of us said like 14-2 or 14-3.
Something like that. One of us were close. We both got the Super Bowl thing wrong. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad I cashed out my Super Bowl. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I cashed it out 2 weeks ago for $102.
Oh, wow.
I had this gut feeling. I was like,
wow, that's crazy.
I had this gut feeling, man.
It's good. It's there for a reason. I told you, bro. If you have a feeling in your gut, it's there for a reason.
And it was right. I lost, so.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll move on to the next thing. We'll get into our local news of what's going on here in the state of Michigan. Like me and Eric were saying, it's fucking cold. It is freezing. Today was damn near the coldest day of the year. Not even damn near. It was the coldest day of the year. It was almost the coldest year in history. Coldest day in history for Michigan. We have record-breaking snow happening in Texas and in Michigan. I'm sorry, in Texas and Florida. We got in Pensacola. They just had 7 inches of snow come down.
I hear New Orleans got hit too.
That doesn't surprise me. You know, that's nothing. I'm surprised by Pensacola, Florida, bro. That's in the middle of like Florida's like this, and they're like right here. You know, like that's fucking crazy.
How did the only Pensacola get hit?
No, there was many places.
I know, but like Miami didn't get hit.
No,
right?
but Panama City did.
So that like the Panhandle.
And the Gulf, which is even more interesting. That's the most coastal part.
That's crazy, man. Because the states above that don't get snow at all.
Right, and so that's the same thing. I was watching like some TikToks. This guy moved from Minnesota, and he was like, I wanted to move to Texas because I always wanted it to be warm. He points out the window and he's like, why is my whole front yard covered in snow? And
I'd be pissed.
Right? It was literally, he just moved.
For those people, I was going to say, imagine just moving there last week.
You
just escaped Michigan. You threw all your coats away.
That was his story. That was his point.
My
he was like,
God,
I just moved from Minnesota, and I swear I woke up back in Minnesota.
I'd be losing that, but where am I?
He's pissed.
It's history, though, man. We're
Absolutely.
living through a lot of history.
We'll point up the picture right here. You know, this is going on in a local city in Michigan. It's in Dearborn Heights, I think. Orange is in Dearborn, one or the other.
Yep.
But whole water line broke on a city, froze over the whole fucking street. And a grandma whose grandkids went out on a trip to vacation left their cars in front of her house. And all 3 of the cars froze over. And I'm not talking about like tires, fucking, door handles. I'm talking about the whole car is a block of ice. Where you knock and it's just solid ice. Have the road commission and the city come out. They're trying to pick all the ice off, and whatever damages that happens or have occurred, I think the city's going to be responsible for. It'll be a good insurance claim for them. But it's ironic because they were showing that like a bunch of people's tires got frozen in, but the main cars that got fucked were the ones right in front of the pipeline, and that was that grandma's grandchildren that were gone on vacation.
That's so horrible.
Right?
So horrible.
The worst part about it is that they were interviewing the grandma, and she was saying how she saw the pipeline break, and she was talking to the crew, and she was like, hey, there's ice building around my car, like, you guys are going to take care of that, right? She's like, yeah, don't worry about it, like, if we need to move your car, we'll tell you to come move it, da-da-da-da. Long story short, she woke up, and that's how her cars looked. Yeah, so they kind of fucked. Yeah, she's not a happy camper. But she's taking it well, to be honest. I'd be a lot more pissed.
Well, that's because whenever you get the news involved, things start happening.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if fucking Chevy or whoever someone.
You just call Help Me Hank. Oh,
it's
shit's solved.
Yeah, if you're not from Michigan, there's a call line. It's called Help Me Hank. He's a news reporter. Anytime.
It's problem solved.
Oh my God, there's potholes that we had going on for years. We had 1,000 people call into the road commission. They didn't do nothing. Old grandma finally called Help Me Hank and talked to him for like 35 minutes, 45 minutes on the phone. I think that week they had all the potholes filled up.
That's because he's got connects.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, I also just don't think anyone likes to be put on blast like that on the news.
No, especially
being a Help Me Hank,
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's
especially those corporations. And,
yeah, bro. Because we're just trying to help
government agencies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when people have proof and receipts that they've tried to reach out hundreds of times and no one gets back to them.
Not a good look.
It's not a great look. And then the news gets involved. It's like,
yeah, not a good look at all. One more thing I want to talk into about in the city. We got what was it? What was it gonna be? It was supposed to be fuck, I can't even remember. It doesn't even matter. But we got the Pistons coming up playing. Is it tomorrow night? If I'm not mistaken. Do you know their schedule well by now?
I want to say it's tonight.
Is it? Because they played on Sunday.
I thought they played Wednesday.
Or Saturday, I'm sorry. They played Saturday.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday usually.
That could sound about right. They usually it's flip-flop.
Yeah, it's one of these days coming up.
But I want to see how the Pistons can pull it together because it's definitely coming looking a lot better than we did last year. With the
Cade Cunningham's in the All-Star talk right now.
Yes, they're playing well, bro. They're having motion, they're having flow to them, they're having competition. Red Wings kind of choking, so
Doesn't matter anymore.
By summertime, I want to see how our Tigers are going to be. You know, if we're going to continue what we were able to pull off last year, or if it's just going to continue being, you know, just the Lions, the talk of the town, and that's about it. You know.
Yeah, none of it matters.
None of it matters. You don't think the Pistons? Or I'm sorry, you don't think the Tigers are going to pull through next season?
Did they ever sign that one gentleman they were trying to sign for $100 and some million or something?
Possibly.
I'll be honest. They got really lucky last year. Tigers did.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs.
No, absolutely.
Like halfway through the season, they had like
0.06% chance. Less than a half, or a little bit more than a 0.5%.
They might make it to the playoffs, but I don't see them winning another World Series for a while.
They haven't won one in a long time.
Yeah, it's been 10, 15 years.
No, I think it's been more than that.
Nah, we were kids when they won it. Or I was.
Check that. Tigers World Series. Say
2012.
That's
That was the last year.
13 years ago. No, it's division championships.
Four was it's been a while.
So that's what I'm saying. We won
What did they win? What did they win when we were kids?
Division championship.
Why was that game so hyped?
Because we suck.
That's stupid, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We haven't won shit in a very long time.
All right, the Red Wings won the Stanley Cup when we were kids.
Yeah. Well, they won that.
They won it a couple times.
Yeah. Same with the Pistons because they had the bad boys, but that was early 2000s and late 90s.
Yep.
So it seems like I think that was our time, bro. That was like the late 90s and early 2000s. That was Detroit, bro. That was Detroit era. That was everyone just popping off.
Man, you remember when the Super Bowl you won't remember.
Yeah,
that,
I was born in 2002.
So you remember when the Silver Dome was in Pontiac?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to a game there?
Mm-mm.
Damn, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Went to my first NFL game ever there. It was like the last year it was open though.
And what was it like?
It's just old, raggedy, man.
It was trashy.
Trashy. And then we went there a bunch for like the Monster Jam shit afterwards.
That I remember everyone always go to.
Everyone used to go to. And then the Palace was like...
Palace I remember. Palace was lit.
It was like 5 minutes down the road on the pier.
That was in Auburn Hills.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to think about that we had the Pistons playing like 25 minutes away from us.
Not even, bro.
Right?
It's same with the Lions at one point.
Yeah. They were in
Pontiac.
That's crazy, yeah.
Where Amazon is. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, to go to a game down there and be like, yeah, I'm about to go to the Silver Dome and watch a game. That's nuts.
That's when Pontiac was alive, man.
You gotta bring it back to them.
My mom said back in her day, Pike Street, you know the street that runs through Pontiac, used to be a bunch of clubs and bars up and down it.
Oh, really?
Now it's nothing. It's just like a grocery store and like an abandoned school. And
yeah, they don't have shit on it.
Well, it's because everything left.
Yeah, there's no business down there.
When did Pistons leave?
Like,
right around when I got out of high school, right? 2017?
No. I think it was like earlier than that. I think it was 20. I was a young kid.
No, because they didn't leave till Little Caesars Arena was built.
I was a young kid. I was 11 years old. 23 now. 11 years ago. 2014.
2017.
What?
That's when the Little Caesars Arena opened.
Well, that's when it opened.
Yeah, but that's where the Pistons moved to.
Check what's it called?
April 10th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. Damn, that wasn't that long ago. Why did you're right? Ago. It feels so much longer than that.
It feels really long. 8 years ago, it does not feel like crazy.
Yeah, cause I'm trying to think.
You were 17.
They didn't even. No, I was graduated, so I would have been 19 almost. 18. I graduated when I was 18.
But that was in 2017, 8 years ago.
I was born in 98.
Oh, yeah. Aren't you 20? Oh, you're 26.
Yeah.
You're not 25 anymore. That makes sense. That's where my bad.
That's crazy, man. They fucked Auburn Hills up when they took the Palace away.
Oh, yeah. And then all of it, bro.
And then Stellantis is closing now?
Mm-hmm. Just little shitters. Losing it all, bro. I'm curious to see what happens with it because they're releasing more information about this Detroit project that they're going to be doing with the
Palace?
No, Renaissance building and all that.
Oh,
the
yeah.
GM building. They still have no idea what they want to
No.
do, bro, because every estimate they're getting done, it's saying what I said a couple months ago, that it's going to cost more to take it down than it is going to be to do anything with. So eventually, they're going to have to figure out a way how to move everything out of that building, and then they want to tear it down. But how do they tear that bitch down without like affecting everything else around it? Because that would put a smoke cloud throughout all of fucking Detroit.
Yeah. It came with it.
Literally all over the Detroit River.
They should have thought about that before they built it. What about all these skyscrapers in New York?
Right. That's like, have you seen how they get the cranes down from like up there?
Yeah, it takes like 3 or 4 days.
They have like a whole plane that goes up there fucking taking it down. So I don't think there's a plane strong enough to fucking pull a building down, you know, piece by piece, panel by panel.
They could drop it in the river.
Just push it over.
Splash out Windsor.
Literally, bro.
Flood Windsor.
Final thing we want to talk about, you know, we were talking about it before we started. We got the bull run, you know, as we mentioned this a couple times. We're now getting into our economical talk. Bull run is expected. It's happening every 3 to 5 year cycles. We go
Last
through.
one was crazy.
Yeah, it really was, and that's where we go through these cycles of Bitcoin really going on a surge, and then once Bitcoin slows down and really, I guess you could say, halts, stops, everything else kind of boosts around it, kind of like all the altcoins around it go crazy. And it's just crazy to see on how much movement Bitcoin is having. Then in one fucking week, it will be 108,000 and it'll drop to 93,000. It will drop.
Overnight.
Yeah, like literally, it's doing crazy movement. So that means the bull run hasn't even technically hasn't even began. You know, with the movement that we've already seen, XRP at $3.15, Solana hitting a new, not a new high, but a recent high of 275. Other coins pushing up, ADA, Dogecoin kind of having stagnant movements. It's very interesting to see on how everything's kind of still moving and it's not even a beginning of a bull run. So by the end of 2025, are we expected to see fucking, like, is this the make it or break it point? Anyone who doesn't get in now, is this it? Or
for some coins, yeah.
Right, like, because that's the argument I always make to everyone, right? No one ever thought that Bitcoin would be $100,000 coin. No one ever thought it would be a $1,000 coin, nor did anyone ever think it'd be a $100 coin. So when people ask me, like, why would you buy this coin at $4? Well, if it has real potential, and it turns into, like, you know, something, dude, the sky's the limit. You know,
right.
The only thing that kind of scares me in a sense is like a market cap. You know, if it already has a $600 billion market cap and it's only at $3, you know,
it's not going much higher.
Right. You know that it has to have a $1.2 trillion market cap for it to be at $6. You know, so like stuff like that, it varies on the supply and everything. That's a whole different topic, but
it's too advanced.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic, but I'm curious to see on how it actually correlates and how it actually projects, because it can shoot the fuck up, or this whole year it can just coast, right? And people are kind of just like, I don't want to say like losing money, but they're definitely not making money, you know?
I don't know. I think it's going to coast for a couple months. I think a lot
March
of people
is the beginning.
still unsure about that's what I'm saying. A couple months. April, May.
Well, everyone's now accepting and releasing their plans to be a part of the XRP movement. American Express just accepted it for cross-currency payments. Wells Fargo is now accepting it for credit card payments. Bank of America is accepting it as a mainstream platform throughout the bank.
XRP is going to be the next big one, I think. And that's still got a really low market cap of $3.
That's not the market cap, that's the...
Isn't the market cap really low on it still?
No.
It's like a couple $1 billion.
No. Market cap on an XRP is over 60 billion. Or I'm sorry, over 500 billion.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Check it.
I will have to.
Just look at it.
No, because it's going to go on here. I don't want to open my app with it.
Don't. Just type in XRP market cap. $284 billion. No, but
Well, it has a really low market cap right now, though.
probably ADA or something like that. Maybe Chainlink.
Just
Maybe.
fucking looking at it this morning.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, so like for example, for that to hit $12,
It's got to be at 500 billion almost.
No, it's gonna have to be at $1 trillion.
Sorry.
Because it's at 284 right now.
I meant to hit $6. It'd have to be at 5.
Yeah, it'd have to be at 550 or 560 for it to hit that, which is very doable and very possible because the whole crypto market cap right now is a little over $3.5 trillion, right? With Bitcoin owning majority of that, with it being like, I think, 2.8 or almost 3 trillion of it. You know, some ridiculous number. So I don't know. You know, I'm curious to see. I always fuck with ChatGPT and ask it questions about, you know, what does it think about this and how does it feel about that and what about this, and that. And it gives very interesting answers. You know, long story short, especially if you know how to use ChatGPT, kind of maneuver the questions to it. But what are your final top 3 for this year? What are going to be your give me this way. Give me your top 3 that you're going to be investing in, and your top 3 that you think are going to blow up. And in hopes those are not going to be the same ones.
All right, so top 3 I'm going to invest in.
This is not financial advice, nor should you follow these cues.
So right now, I think I'm going to throw some money. I'm going to look into Intel more. I think I'm going to put some money into that. So I'm going to put that one down for investing into it. Are you saying new ones or ones that I've been investing into?
No.
Okay. We'll go Intel.
These are your investments, right? Or is these the ones that you think are going to go well?
So I'm going to give you 3 investments I want to make in the next month.
Okay.
So we're going to go Intel. I'm waiting on a dip, but I think I'm going to start buying up Bitcoin, a little bit of Bitcoin at a time, at a good price. So I don't want to buy it at $106,000.
Right.
And then XRP, of course. I'm always buying XRP. My top 3 to blow up, XRP. I think Tesla, for whatever reason, is going to go up a lot this year.
Crazy. It's going to go crazy.
It's going to go crazy. I don't have that on my investment list. I don't know about it. I should have it on there.
This is pricey.
It's pricey. And they split the stock so many times from where it was at 3 years ago. It's weird. It's a weird one to invest in.
They do all the mergers on it.
Exactly. They do mergers on it. One that I don't know if it's on Robinhood or any of these stock exchanges. Does SpaceX have its own stock yet?
I don't think so, because that's a government entity. So I don't think you can invest into a.
You can't? Okay. All right, so XRP, I want to see Tesla's going to go up. And then I also believe, this is going to sound really, really dumb. I know it's a meme coin, but I think that Trump coin's going to do something this year.
Oh, that's going to go crazy.
It's going to go crazy. Those are my top 3 that I think are going to blow up. I didn't buy any. I didn't buy any.
I got 2. I had 3. And then I used what, I swapped it for Solana to just buy a bunch of meme coins.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Fuck, man.
I hate meme coins,
yeah,
bro.
I'm done with those, bro. Those are worse than fucking, like...
I had one time where I put $100 in. Shot up to 1,600.
Damn.
But I couldn't cash out. Because it went up to 1,600 and someone sold all their shit and then it went all the way back down as soon as it... They manipulate those meme coins.
Absolutely.
They buy a ton and then they sell a ton and
it's
then
very easy to control. It's not stable at all.
No.
It's not like, you know, for a meme coin to have a market cap of even like over $1 million, like that's
insane. Insane.
Literally, bro.
But all it takes is 2 dweebs to fuck that.
To each have 1,000 coins that they got at $1 each or something like that.
Or some of those ones where it's like really, really cheap. You have people that have 200-300 million coins, and then they go to sell off and make a couple $1,000s in profit. Fuck
everyone. The whole thing.
Screw everyone.
Drown the whole ship. But I think that's it for today. You got anything else for us?
Last thing, go Trump.
Go Trump. Let's start 2025 strong. Hope everyone has a positive year. Make some money this year. Be resilient. Be proactive. And be on top of your shit. Only you can hold yourself accountable. And with that, the Unscripted Podcast is out.